Check, check. What's up, guys? Good morning. How we doing? Good morning, everyone. All right. It is a Thursday, 9 a.m., 9:10 a.m. Melbourne time. Evening for most of you guys in the States, and probably midnight for you guys in the UK. But what's up? Good to see you all. I think we missed last stream because it was my birthday. So, Tuesday, so day before yesterday, was my birthday. I turned 33. Can you believe? Time just I can't remember when I turned 30. I'm 33 now. So exciting stuff. Took the day off. I actually really wanted to go to work and I was actually going to go and do the live stream, but I ended up taking the day off. Thanks guys. Happy birthday. Thank you. I ended up taking the day off because kind of off, but still probably 4 hours of Twitter because just wanted to enjoy the time with my family. But what's up, guys? Good to see you all. Awesome. Let's go. Good morning, team. Where are people watching from this morning? I'm in MA. It's 5 p.m. Miami? Is MA Miami? Ibi, what's up, man? Australia. M. Tolly, good to see you. It's 4 p.m. here. I found this by searching NFT and filter live. Nice. The 6i League is the first time you're joining us, I believe. FYI, I have my own NFT project. I don't know if I can promote it. How do I enter for giveaway? Feel free to share your project, man. There's no problem in that as long as you don't spam. CA, so that's California, I believe. Good to see you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Huge giveaway, huge. Is there? I don't even know. Where is my gift? Says Adele. All right. Denmark here from London. Can we ask questions? Says Phil. Of course you can ask questions, man. So for those that are new to these streams, I've been doing them for about 3 months now. It's been going on for a while. Before I used to do them daily. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see like a daily stream almost. But then I've cut it down to twice a week because I run a venture fund and I also run a company. Medikey has about 12 to 13 people that work with us. And it's getting a bit of a handful. I have my private investments. And then on top of that, I have content creating, which is Twitter and YouTube, which has its own team of 1 or 2 people. So there's a lot going on. So the only way I can sort of do a daily stream again is if I have a really good setup at home, which I currently don't have because I'm staying with my in-laws. We've had a baby 5 months ago, so in-laws helping out with all that stuff. So a lot is going on. And as much as I really want to do a daily stream, I love doing daily streams. I just cannot at the moment. So at some point, I'm thinking we'll keep it to twice a week. And maybe next, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months down the line, we'll go every day again. I think everyday streams have to happen. I love doing them, so we're going to go back onto them. Right? If you're sort of new to these streams, basically we go through the NFT space. We go through the top topics, some of the stuff that has come out over the last 1 or 2 days. A lot of stuff happens in the NFT space. You guys tell me what NFT projects are sort of hot and trending, and we can go through that. But really, just to kick it and talk NFTs, right? Someone's got to do it, and I think there's quite a few actually quite a few streams and YouTube channels now that talk about NFTs, which is awesome. Because back in the day, there was literally like 2 that would talk about NFTs. All right. You need to come back to do daily, says Raphael. I know, I have to. I was actually thinking that yesterday. I was like, man, I just got to do daily. Twice a week just doesn't hit right? Because if I miss one, then it's only one stream that I've done for the week. I need to do daily streams. So yeah, maybe I don't. If I do daily streams, you won't be able to see my beautiful face because I don't have a green screen at home. So let's just cut my face out and we'll just do the screen. Maybe that's enough. Maybe we'll just do a daily stream where we don't have the green screen set up, but we have the computer desktop set up, and we can just roll that way. I think that should be fine because I don't have a room where I can set up the green screen at home right now. But I do have a room where I can set up a computer, so maybe I'll do that actually. Then we can do a daily. All right. Thoughts on nuclear nerds, says Dennis. Whatever you can do is great, Maddie. We appreciate your input and opinion, says NFT Addiction Helpline. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Man or woman, thank you so much. Have you covered World Wide Web 3? I have covered it multiple times. Actually, is it World Wide Web 3 or is it just World Wide Web? I don't even know. Michael's in the house. Good morning, fam. Michael, do you want to set up a giveaway for Astro Friend once more? Jessica Gross, lol, true story. Good morning, friends. All right, guys. Let's sort of get into it, right? let's get into it a little bit. We have about 35 concurrent owners, or 42 or something. So we'll just, people will come in and join us as they see fit. What we'll do, guys, is we will go through a bunch of different news topics that I have up here. Oh, you guys can't see my tabs. Interesting. You guys can't see my tabs. So I'll go through a bunch of different news topics that I have up here. And then probably 30 minutes of that or 20 minutes of that. And then after that, we'll go through some of the projects that you guys want me to check out. Okay. Please don't spam. I'll see your project up there. If you spam it, I'm not going to go through it. All right. So respect the chat. Everyone's sort of communicating quite well over here and I can read what's going on. But we'll go through maybe 3 to 5 different projects after this. So let's go through this, guys. Okay. Yesterday, I'm going to try to go through the last 2 days worth of news. I've missed some pieces because it was my birthday. I pretty much took the last couple of days off. So fill me in if I'm saying something wrong or you know more of what's going on. But hey, check this out. Ubisoft came out with their plan with NFTs. Big news. Ubisoft, if you haven't played their game, I think they've made, the Tom Clancy series. I think they kind of made the Battlefield series. Where are they? Ubisoft games. There we go. Far Cry 3, Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed, very strong IP. Watch Dogs, Rainbow Six. What else we got? Can we drag? Oh, yeah, we can drag. What else do we have? Pretty, like 3 to 4 really big series. The Settlers Online, Immortals. This is what Ubisoft have made. I think they've been around for at least a couple of decades, right? Anyway, so they announced their entry into NFTs, and I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to read my tweet thread breaking it down. In fact, we might as well open that. Whoa, this person. Ubisoft spent years protecting and promoting sex abusers. All right, what's going on there? God, the amount of hate people that don't understand NFTs, companies get from people that don't understand NFTs is insane. Just pin this real quick. All right, so I went through a breakdown of what this means, right? So let's kind of go through the Ubisoft announcement. But it's pretty cool. They are integrating NFTs. So what they're doing is you'll actually be able to use them in-game Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So they're releasing their first set of NFTs and they're calling it Quartz, right? So they're calling this initiative of experimentation with NFT Quartz. And I think they're kind of going with this so it's a separate sort of thing and they can ditch it if it doesn't make sense. They're not sort of saying, hey, we're Ubisoft and we're integrating NFTs throughout everything. This is the future. What they're doing is they're experimenting with what NFTs may mean in one game on a sort of side venture so that, they can experiment with it. This is what companies do. They experiment. They see how people respond. They experiment with different business models. When it makes sense, that's it. They turn on the switch and go all out. So here's what they did. It's kind of vague and you don't really know what's going on. But what they're doing is you can claim and find one of 3, maybe even all of these sort of cosmetic aesthetic upgrades. And the way you'll be able to do it, you've got to be a player of the game. You have to be a level 5. You've got to be in-game and you have to play the game. And that way you'll be able to find these. Now, I think it's an introduction of what NFTs mean to gamers. Because traditionally, obviously, gamers that play this, they may buy skins, they may buy weapons, but you don't have the ability to pull these out, right? The first 3 editions are free. Pretty cool. You go in there, check it out, you go buy it. Here's an interesting few points, right? Limited editions, we all know that NFTs come with a supply cap, so that's what they're saying over here. They're also calling them digits. So they're not calling them NFTs, they're calling these digits, which is weird, whatever works for them. Serial numbers, right? So you know how when you buy NFTs, you kind of have serial numbers where you have the mint number, right? You've got a mint number that comes with when you buy an NFT. So you might buy like 1,000 of the same thing, but they will all have different mint numbers. And that's a true sort of ERC 721. That's a true NFT because they're truly non-fungible. So what these guys are doing is that I think the sort of mint number, they're kind of calling it a serial number, and then they're displaying the serial number on the game item. So if you check this out, if you scroll down, you can see that they're displaying the number over here. You can be like, oh, I know that number. I know who has mint number 72. It's pretty interesting. The way they're sort of utilizing the back end to be displayed on the front where it makes sense. Then what they're doing is this bit here. So each digit will also be tied to the player names of all its previous current owners, bringing you fame for years to come. Insane, right? Bringing you fame for years to come. So I'm not sure if they'll display the player names on the helmet, maybe not. But what you'll be able to see is a record history of who the NFT has passed through, which we know is what happens when you go to OpenSea. You can sort of know who sort of transacted it. And OpenSea is like really base level in terms of utilizing a good UX. So you can actually see how a game is actually implementing the technology. They're utilizing the historical transitioning, transferring of NFTs, giving it that historical context. That they're utilizing the NFT mint number as a serial number that gets displayed on the actual item, and all that sort of stuff. So there's 3 different items, as you guys saw. You can kind of use them as, you know, weapon, a helmet, and pants. So here's a super interesting thing, right? So they've gone on to explain what NFTs mean. Then they've gone on to say digits take these a step further by giving you more control than ever. While they are first and foremost playable items, digits enable you to put your items on sale to other eligible players whenever you want and at any price, at the price you set. Similarly, you can purchase new items directly from other players. This sort of a concept is new to a lot of people. And unless you've really experienced getting something and then selling that something, unless you've really experienced those couple of different activities, you don't really understand what's going on here. So I think games in mass are major education to the exact demographic that will go on to utilize NFTs as collectibles and different things. There's no doubt there's ample amount of gamers, right? So it is going to be quite interesting how this plays out and how much education happens here. So here's what I found awesome about this announcement. All these transactions will take place on the authorized third-party app marketplaces Rarible and Object.com, not on Ubisoft ports. So what I thought would happen is that game publishers would come in, or game studios, sorry. They would make an NFT offering, and then they would make their own marketplaces and keep things very in-house, right? I thought they would do that because they can charge fees. People can't make marketplaces and take those assets out and take the fee revenue that come in. But Ubisoft have gone on and said that you can actually take these NFTs out of the game and sell them on Rarible and Object.com, which is cool. That's exactly what you should be able to do with NFTs. They shouldn't be locked into a certain space, right? The whole purpose of NFTs is you can transfer them across different places. If that's what they're doing, then imagine this, right? Imagine Ubisoft has a partnership with Sandbox, or Ubisoft has a partnership with Decentraland or Big Time Studios or any other different game. They go on to build a game in Decentraland or the Sandbox, and they say, if you have a Ubisoft NFT that you purchased and you got from our game in Ghost Recon, you'll be able to take that in the game in Sandbox or Decentraland and utilize that as a gun or whatever there. And that, my friends and people, is exactly what I and many others have been waiting for 4 years, right? Interoperability to a level where you can get assets from one game, take it to another platform, maybe it gives you access to another thing. And I love this. I love what Ubisoft are doing and allowing you to take this out. Of course, they'll probably experiment the most within their own games, but this seems like a start of what may look like an experiment into interoperability. Another really interesting thing about this is that they launched on Tezos. So Tezos is a proof of stake blockchain where you stake, where nodes have to stake the token to secure the network, right? The more that it's staked, the more secure the network is, as opposed to a proof of work where you have to run really strong computer algorithms which use a lot of energy. And if tens of thousands of people are doing this, they're burning the world basically. And this is what Ethereum does, and that's why they're transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake. Anyway, don't want to really get too nerdy on that, but basically they've gone with Tezos to sort of have that environmentally sustainable alternative, so that no one can really hate on them. But even if they had that, guys, even when they had all of these things where, hey, you go in there, you get it for free. You go in there, you take it out, and you sell on Rarible if you want to. We're environmentally friendly. Check this out, right? Even though all of that happened, this YouTube video went on to have let's see, it went on to have 9,300 dislikes out of the 500, out of the 10,000 engagement. It went on to have 9,300 dislikes. So about 95% of people didn't like this. Isn't that crazy? It just shows you how early we are. That a company can do some. It shows you how much education is needed, and that education will happen. This is revolutionary technology. They're not going to stop because Ubisoft know, Square Enix know, every other game studio, Atari knows that if they don't crack the code, someone else will. They know that the code of NFT and blockchain and utilizing that inside projects and their games makes sense. They've got to figure out how it can fit with the demographic, and if they don't figure it out, someone else will. This is the future, right? So yeah, they've got to make these moves. Like they've got to make these moves, or else they're going to be left behind. Says Patrick. Exactly, man. You're totally right. Like they're not going to stop implementing NFTs because if they stop, then someone else will. So check this out. To me, this is a blatant signal that you'll just be milking the Ghost Recon franchise for literally every cent, while putting in minimal effort into the actual game itself, not playing a GR game in the future. If there's this level of degeneracy in the team, you took a solid franchise and absolutely made it a laughingstock. It's so, my God, it does piss me off. Like, I shouldn't get, I should, I'm busy with other stuff, and these sort of comments shouldn't trigger me, but they do, because it's just so frustrating. Because there's so many people in the crypto and NFT scene which have been waiting to be able to use NFTs in games. The day Ubisoft decided they might as well go full evil. This is such a Ubisoft move. So much propaganda and news and brainwashing has been out there, pushing people to think that NFTs are bad. So it's just frustrating that there's NFTs can do so good in terms of transparency, in terms of giving value and control back to the user. It's just so freaking awesome. And I think, it's a big opportunity, because what's going to happen now is that Ubisoft will probably go on to make hundreds and hundreds of NFT projects or games or integrations. And a lot of people will not go on to collect this NFT because they're going to be like, who wants that NFT? It's lame. Once they're very educated and they know what's going on, the value of these Ubisoft NFTs, the very first that you could have got, are probably going to be massive, right? A decade, 2 decades from now, the value of a Ubisoft NFT, when they'll understand, they're probably going to understand when people go and collect them, and everyone that didn't collect them will realize, wait a second, they just sold on Rarible for like a couple $100. What's going on here? What is this thing? Oh, this is how NFTs work? Oh my God, NFTs aren't just JPEGs? I think that's what's going to happen, where the sales on Rarible and the fact that you can get an in-game item, take it out on different marketplaces and sell them and get money will make absolute sense, because Ubisoft didn't sell these, right? People went on and got these. It's just interesting how much sort of education is needed. Even under the Ubisoft comment, you can kind of see the comments here. This person says, this sucks. I went in there and said, why they're unlocking digital commerce between players and outside their ecosystem. I mean, why does that suck? And this person Hannah came out and said, is that what you call it when a casino lets you win chips you can exchange for real world money? This is just gambling, and it'll eventually get regulated as such. It won't last. I am truly trying to understand Hannah's comment. Right? I'm trying to understand what she meant and what gambling, how she's relating gambling to this. The fact that you can go into Ubisoft, get something for free which you didn't pay money for, and sell it on a marketplace, I don't understand how that's gambling. If you go in there and purchase a loot box, and I think loot boxes are a bit risky because in some countries they're banned because there is that sort of a gambling aspect where you spend $50, you get a loot box, and yeah, you can it has a chance of just doing something good. That has a chance of not doing anything, but there's no sort of intrinsic value in the sense of when you get items from a loot box. I don't think you can actually sell that, right? You can utilize that to get gems and stuff like that. But in this case, you actually get NFTs. You're guaranteed to get NFTs, and what those NFTs are worth on the marketplace is up to anyone. So I'm not sure if there is a gambling take on this. Again, I'm genuinely trying to understand what she's meaning by this. Is that what you call it when a casino lets you win chips you can exchange for real world money? A casino lets you win chips. So say you went to a casino, so you paid money and then they let you win chips so that you can... Okay, I kind of see what she's saying, but it doesn't apply because you didn't pay for anything. You didn't pay for it. Anyway, not really hitting it, but anyway, I just said, no, this is when you win or acquire items that traditionally aren't externally sellable. Now they are. Simple. That's all it is. Traditionally, items aren't sellable. Now they are sellable on a secondary market. That's literally the only difference, right? Anyway, enough of this. But awesome that Ubisoft is in it. It's clear how much education is required to still push this. It shows you how early we are. And to be honest, for me, companies that will go on to implement NFTs within their ecosystem in a very long term, their first NFTs to me are very strong collector items. So I will be looking to acquire some of these Ubisoft NFTs. It might even be worth getting an Xbox and a PlayStation just to go win one. $300 to, how much is an Xbox? Probably $1,000 to go win these or get these. Would probably be worth it if you want to flip it. Quite interesting actually. Anyway, so yeah, for me, companies like Ubisoft or if even Twitter, right? Twitter dropped their NFTs for free, and if you look at them, I've actually been keeping an eye on this because there's a collector's piece for Twitter. I reckon it's pretty cool. You got your Twitter sort of the 140 collection, which I have none of. I got none of these. But people are buying these. You can kind of see that 19 hours ago, 12.5 ETH, 12.5 ETH. These are the first ever NFTs that Twitter released into the wild. They gave everyone these for free. Well, they gave a handful of people these for free. And yes, they're going down, but there's only 140 of them and they're free. So as a collector, like it'd be super, super cool if you had a genuine collector piece of Twitter, right? Because Twitter, you can kind of imagine them going on to integrate crypto and NFTs, etc. All right. Before I forget, which I almost have already. All right, guys. So pinned comment at the top will take you into our Discord, the MetaKey Discord, and you'll be able to win a giveaway if you click this party button. So make sure you join. You'll win an Astro Friend. Someone's going to win an Astro Friend in approximately 13 minutes. Guys, the Discord, we have been making some changes with the Discord, learning from what you guys want. Recently, everyone sort of opened up their meta crew. So people got their meta crew. We had a bunch of people kind of start to represent them on Twitter, which is pretty cool. This was a free sort of airdrop, a free claim you could have got as an avatar project if you had the MetaKey, MetaCrew roll call, so you can see all the MetaCrews that people got. Some of these were super rare. So for example, I was checking out on OpenSea, and I didn't even know the rarity on this, right? The art team did the whole thing, the art and social team, the dev team, obviously. You got your laser eyes, which I think there's only 10 of them. You got your zombies. Where's the zombies? And the really cool one. What's going on here? We did this really interesting thing that I don't think has been done before, where if you earn certain generations of meta keys, then you get a cool background. So this one's a Gen 3. So if you have this, then we know that the person who rolled this was a Gen 3 owner, right? So when you put this on your Twitter, not only do you have an avatar, but you can also identify that, okay, he's got a zombie or a ghoul, but he was also a Gen 3 owner. And I think that implementation was pretty cool. It was all done by Vic. We got Keymaster. So a Keymaster has all 3 Genesis keys, all 3 collector keys for MetaKey, and they got this kind of really cool, wicked blue background. So if you have that on a Ghoul, that was like super cool. Anyway, you can see I was quite happy with it. We were really happy with the turnout. A lot of people loved what they got. We had official Apollo 11 NASA traits, which is super cool. As you guys know, we're doing stuff with NASA. We're experimenting with their digital brand. We're doing stuff with Apollo. We're doing stuff with Gemini. We're doing stuff across the virtual space. You can call it the metaverse. And this is our first sort of official entry or partnership where you know, some people rolled official NASA sort of Apollo traits, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think it was a great turnout, but the Discord has been quite exciting. You know, people have kept we've got our NFT Buzz channel where Pat keeps adding different projects that are hot in the space. And then he's recently started, you know, biggest weekly gains, so you can see some of the projects that he's mentioned, them gaining in value, how much they've gained, and just going through some of the projects that he's mentioned and ones that have done well. So remember, guys, this is not like, we're not vouching for any of these projects. Any of them that are hitting the radar, we're sort of just breaking them down. The cool thing was, like, he covered World Wide Web back when it was 0.1 Ethereum. Floor 0.1 Ethereum, he covered this pretty much on day 1 or day 2. You can see there's only like one line here for the graph. And good old Pat, he got this real early, and it went on to be worth like 0.4, 0.5 ETH floor. I think it's 0.7 ETH floor right now. You know, people loving this project. It's pretty cool. So he is picking up on some stuff quite early. Make sure you check it out, guys, and do your own research every time. Remember, like, I think Pat posts about 2 to 3 of these a day. It's a great idea. What's this one? What's this? Upcoming RTS game. New project alert. Illuvium. Minigame precursor to the popular upcoming Illuvium. Right. So they've got like another minigame. They're doing a land sale, 0.5 ETH on Dutch. Generate blueprints which will be transferable to the full game when it releases different tier lands for sale at different prices. Can buy the land with its native token or Ethereum. Sort of getting the feeling where, are they calling it Illuvium 0? Right. How interesting. I am a sucker for strategy games like this. But I think there is there's going to be so many virtual land projects. I'm trying to think of where I need to be selective here now. I think we're moving beyond the point where we have to speculate on a user base. I think we have to find things that will genuinely have a good user base for them to go up in value. So Illuvium 0, that's a good one to put on the radar. The level of detail of these are insane, but they are yet to be revealed, so who knows what they will look like once the process is complete. 10K avatar project. All right, so you know, as you guys can see, he's covered some projects, so take your time to go through it. But good luck on whoever wins that giveaway. Let's quickly see where we're up to at the moment. Stream giveaways. 8 minutes. All right, 8 minutes. Let's keep going, guys. Nifty Gateway. Nifty Gateway coming soon. Buy and sell directly from your Ethereum wallet in ETH on Nifty Gateway. So traditionally, what you've been able to do with Nifty Gateway is you had to Nifty Gateway, one of the biggest art platform, is you had to deposit Ethereum to them, and then they would have custody of the Ethereum or the US dollars, and then you'd be able to use that to purchase NFTs. Right now, what they're doing is you can probably connect your MetaMask and then buy and sell directly, probably on the secondary market. I'm not sure on the primary market if it will work like this. On the secondary market, you can buy and sell directly, and I think they're transitioning to take a big share of OpenSea. I think Nifty Gateway are moving exactly like how OpenSea are. I think Nifty Gateway, they want to do an offering under Gemini, and I think Gemini will probably IPO at some time. But I can see like Nifty Gateway being a core product that is similar to OpenSea, where they sell a bunch of NFTs, and instead of people withdrawing those Nifties, they call them Nifties, those NFTs from Nifty Gateway and going to OpenSea because they want to just get Ethereum for it, you can do it directly on Nifty Gateway. And I think it's a pretty big deal because a lot of people used to do that. But if you can natively sell it on Nifty Gateway, then people won't take it to OpenSea. right? So I can see Nifty Gateway being a big player. I mean, they're already you can already sell certain avatar projects on Nifty Gateway. And this is the interesting thing about open marketplaces is that anyone can take the revenue if they do a better job at the marketplace. So let's see. I reckon NFTs in a year from now are just going to look completely different. If you guys think about, a year before, like this time last year, I think art had sort of picked up. Beeple was entering the scene. We had no avatar buzz. We had no sort of virtual land buzz. No one knew what the hell metaverse was. Axie Infinity hadn't blown up. It was small. Not many people had known about Axie Infinity. It was a very different vibe, right? Now we're at a stage where a bunch of different projects are kind of like tier 1 status, but I reckon a year from now, it's just going to look completely different. I think there's going to be multiple massive marketplaces. I think there's going to be multiple blockchains as well competing, not just Ethereum. There's probably going to be traditional games that have gone on to do big things, brands that have come in that are properly using the metaverse and all this sort of thing. So, yeah, betting on how the world will change, right? Carlini, what's up, man? Good to see you. We were all poor this time last year. We were sort of, yeah, we were all not as, didn't have as much NFTs and money as we had this year. Last year, we were all kind of, I think at this point, Nifty Gateway was popping. Nifty Gateway was going nuts this time last year, right? And we were all like, holy shit, like there's sales going on for hundreds of thousands of dollars on Nifty Gateway. NBA Top Shot was also starting to pop off. No, NBA Top Shot popped off first Q next year. Maybe Punks was popping off, actually. Yeah, maybe Punks was popping off. Hey, Maddie's back. Hope you are well, says RJB. Thanks, man. I have been well. Just took a bit of a break. All right, check this out. So former Lyft CFO Roberts joins crypto startup OpenSea. Quite interesting. Tech veteran Brian Roberts is joining OpenSea as its first chief financial officer. In the latest sign, Web3 startups are attracting not just historic sums of cash, but also serious talent. So former Lyft CFO, right, chief financial officer Roberts, so Lyft, popular company, he's joining, but I think he also mentioned down here that he's joining to take OpenSea public. So OpenSea, we were all sort of waiting for a token offering or a token airdrop with OpenSea. It's kind of like the thing to do with NFT or crypto projects, right? But them hiring this guy and kind of saying somewhere over here, I don't know where the hell they said. I think there we go. Robert's known for shepherding Lyft through rapid growth to a successful IPO and adjusted profitability, said OpenSea is already profitable. He said although it doesn't need to raise more cash, it could use the financing to acquire companies, strike partnerships, and create joint ventures to further expand the use of NFTs into new industries. OpenSea are probably at a point now where they have to recalibrate, and with all the capital that they've got to secure investor money. So they do that by raising, right? So traditionally what happens is companies, they go on to build a great company, then they raise monies on they probably initially raise a seed, a Series A, a Series B, they do multiple funding rounds. That's how they raise capital. But now what they're doing is probably going public so they can have a lot more capital to use to acquire or kind of launch side sort of ventures, but I think they'd probably acquire multiple companies. I don't see why OpenSea would not acquire multiple companies that fit their thing, because this is the corporate world now. Like the NFTs and crypto are entering a corporate world where they get VC backing, and they're probably going to want to purchase other NFT projects or other sort of not NFT projects, but other marketplaces or anything else that falls under the NFT scene, because it's sort of competition, right? It's sort of competition, and anything else that they have that's strong can integrate with OpenSea, adds to their value offering that helps with their share price. And now we're going to a very different sort of crypto and NFT world where it was very sort of bootstrapped and free on just us having fun, DJing, just making products and connecting it to other people. And now companies are IPOing, getting corporate capital, having a user base and attracting like proper big investors and stuff. But yeah, let's see how this goes down. But sad thing is, guys, that we're probably not going to see a token drop. That's kind of sad. So Robert went on to say this: I haven't been this excited about something in a very long time. He said it reminds me of eBay in 1995. He says that, but OpenSea is like doing 1/3 of eBay volume already. Talking about that, let's see how much OpenSea is doing. June analytics. I know they had multi-billion-dollar months. Let's see if they're still sort of hitting the billion-dollar month. So here we go. So this is December. And we're what? 10 days through almost, so 30 days. So they'll probably hit $2 billion this month. But so yeah, pretty big. And I think a lot of this had to do with the avatar craze, I would assume. Yeah, I think a lot of this had to do with the avatar sort of trading volume, right? But yeah, they've definitely got a user base. They're generating money. They've been here for a while. They're actually ripe for an IPO. In fact, companies usually IPO after 3 to 5 years after having a user base, because it's not like crypto where people initially kind of throw money with speculation. With there, it's a little bit different. It's the market in the stock market's a lot more about intrinsic value. Although it's a similar user base now. Like people, this generation of investor class, I think are just throwing money at anything. All right, let's keep going. Coinbase better live up to our expectations. Huge opportunity for them, with OpenSea essentially shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, Coinbase NFT. We got a bunch of different marketplaces that are probably a bunch of different exchanges. Binance NFTs. No one wants that, but a bunch of different marketplaces that will probably go on to exchanges that will go on to add marketplace offerings. I think someone won this. Here we go. Angel.eth, you won an Astro friend. Congrats. I will send it to you once Marco reaches out. All right, guys, we have a little bit left. Let's keep going, and then we're going to go through some of your projects. So Artifact Studios came out. Pre-reveal Clone X sneaky info. DNA human. Humans are roughly 50% of the total clone supply. One of the most developed species in Clone X. Special variants include the cursed stone humans and the very rare vitiligo skins. I'm absolutely butchering that. Vitiligo. 10% of humans have Murakami drip traits. Awesome. So they got variant. That's so cool. I love this stone look. They got variant species. They got the main. I think they got main 8. And then yeah. NFT addiction helpline says hanging so bad for Clone X reveal. Same. I am dying for my freaking I'm absolutely dying for my Clone X reveal, right? I've got like 90 of them or 80 of them, and just waiting patiently for Clone X. Like I've been waiting for like 2 to 3 months. I know they're doing a great job, but yeah, super excited to see what happens. I'm actually also waiting for there to be a meta crew that I can buy. That I got some meta crews, right? But these are the ones that all came on the marketplaces. This is what people got with the meta key. If you had a meta key, you would have got this. But I don't want to rep just any one, right? I want to go for a really rare one. So the team, they've got Vanguard and Shrouds, and they've also got this thing here, which we haven't given a name to. We just kind of threw in a random name because they're mysterious. The Shrouds are cool, but the really rare ones are Vanguards and these sort of android cyborg / whatever you want to call them. And these are the super rare ones. So I'm actually waiting to pick up one of these. I love the aliens. I have to say, I absolutely love the aliens. Something about them is super cool. I missed out on this one. It was sold for 2.2 Ethereum. I would have loved to have this, and this would absolutely be my new profile pictures. So I'm waiting to actually jump. You guys are probably like, Maddie, why are you not repping your own project? I want to, but I want to get a really good one before I represent it, right? So I'm sort of waiting for a Vanguard that's sort of affordable and not too crazy. But we'll see what comes through. Ideally, like I actually think the rarest one or the coolest avatar right now, the coolest avatar in this whole project, James says, do you get one for free if you own a meta key? Yeah, you would have got one for free if you owned a meta key. If anyone that owned a meta key could have gone on to claim one of these for free. And some people went on, and so someone got this one, and this is like probably the rarest one in the whole in the whole project, because it's got a background which is for key masters, So the Keymaster aura, and it's also got this race which there's only 5 of, right? So it's super, super rare. Like, you would have had to be very lucky to roll this and also roll the aura as a Keymaster. That would be my ideal one. But anyway. But I think the extreme rarity is in the facial. I think there's like literally one dude with a triple Viking. So this guy is a triple Viking beard. So I think he's got like 3-point beard. So he's got this. Oh, he's only got one trait. This trait is only one. Yeah. So it's quite interesting because if you think about the rarest punk, if you think about the rarest CryptoPunk, Danny's one. It doesn't actually have a rare race, or I don't even think it has a rare item on it, but it has, I think it has like 7 or 8 different traits, and it's the only punk that has 7 or 8 different punks. It's like a normal looking avatar, but because it has this beard, it's like a one of a kind. Current price 5 ETH. So this guy's trying to flip it for 5 ETH. Pretty fair. Sold for 1.1 6 days ago. I picked up a few good ones myself. The Face Hair 70. I got 2 shrouds, so 3-Fold Comics got 2 shrouds. That's the best one. The Chrome was killing me. Yeah, I actually want to get there's a Vanguard with a comb over. If it didn't have a comb over, I would have bought it, but it does. So check out this Vanguard, right? There's this guy. I'm like, I like the Vanguard, but I don't know if I can deal with the comb over. So I didn't get it. But the shrouds, I reckon the shrouds are really cool, but they're not as scarce as I want them to be. You know, I like to have something really rare. So if I can't get my hands on a Vanguard, I'll have to pick a really cool shroud. So these are the shrouds. There's 3 different types. You know, you can have a sad bot, happy bot, and then you can get super angry bot. And you guys are probably wondering what can be done with this. And just like the NFTs with Ubisoft, where you can use it in games, we're doing the same thing with our avatars, where you'll be able to utilize them in virtual worlds, etc. Right? We're talking with multiple places and multiple companies. We have an art team that's doing the development of all this stuff. It'll probably take a long time from now. Look, realistically, it'll probably take 6 months to all the next year to start really integrating these. But we're going to keep growing them, right? These aren't just sort of profile picture identity things. These are much more than that. All right. Last thing I wanted to talk about before we'll talk a little bit about what you guys want me to check out is this piece of news. So 4156, Punk 4156, traditionally the guy that used to have an ape CryptoPunk. He still has an ape CryptoPunk. He used to represent it. He said, "I love punks, but the copyright issue kind of broke my heart. I held deep 8 figures of punks, and the devs unfollowed me when I suggested it, wouldn't respond to DMs. I'm going to keep 4156 probably forever, but will otherwise be focusing my time on nouns, toads, and other CCO." I'm assuming he's talking about Creative Commons, like open NFT projects where people can utilize the art and there's no sort of IP. The IP is open for anyone to use and resell. But quite interesting because Punk 4156, we know that he's part of the NFT, the Nouns DAO. We know he's pretty big on toads. So this move kind of brought a little bit of FUD to the punk space, and CryptoPunks and Bored Apes are sort of having a bit of a battle right now, where CryptoPunks, I think they were like 100 ETH floor at a point, right? If we look at the last 60 days, no, damn, this little spike, stupid annoying thing where someone stupidly bought something for $500 million, 30 days. If we look at this, there was the 91 ETH average, 100 ETH average, now sort of going down to 64 ETH average November 30th, but some of the recent sales have been around the 72 ETH mark. I think some even under that, under 70 ETH. I'm a spectator. I'm not going to vouch for any of these. I just think it's interesting how this is happening because this is the market sort of really finding a place for punks, right? CryptoPunks are relevant now and will probably be relevant for a while. but the reality is there's going to be thousands of NFT projects out there that are doing amazing things. Right? When do you think people like the tens of thousands of gamers in Ubisoft? I wonder if they will care about a punk or acquiring a punk. I wonder if we become people that truly live and play games and stuff in this space, if we will care about a CryptoPunk, right? If they don't go on to build utility. But I can see them being super relevant because in the metaverse, right, when you go into virtual spaces and you turn into a punk, then that can be pretty cool. But CryptoPunks or Lava Labs have not done anything for them, and I don't think they should, because they never did anything when they first released it. Why should they do something 4 years later? The reality is that CryptoPunks are a true collectible. There's something you get, and you don't really think the companies will go on to build something with it. Whereas Artifact Studio or Bored Apes were not only a collectible, but they've gone on to build, with the capital they've raised, they've gone on to build something. I think Lava Labs are at an interesting spot right now where if they do build something for CryptoPunks, then they'll be expected to build something for CryptoPunks. Till they'll be held responsible for building the CryptoPunks. On day one, basically, they exited to the community, right? So on day one, when they said that you can claim these for free, at that point, they already washed their hands in CryptoPunks. And now people have gone on to buy and sell, and some people are getting a bit salty because devs aren't doing anything. But again, I don't think they should. I think they should share IPs. I think they should, at the very least, open source the IP and allow people that literally spend $500,000 on CryptoPunks that have gone on for Lava Labs to become like the brand of historical projects, and they raised probably $90 to $100 million off their Meebit sale. I think the IP should be shared and open sourced to the community. I think the people that have punk should be able to go and monetize their punk. I reckon absolutely I'm on board with that. But beyond that, in terms of like building utility for them, I don't think they should, right? I really don't think they should. I think punks will hold their value. Whether they hold their value or not, it doesn't matter. But the devs, which in this case for 4 years, who didn't do anything, shouldn't be expected to now because the price is dropping a little bit. That's on the community for buying it for that price, right? That's my opinion. Yeah, I feel like punks will always be a Q status symbol. Punks are like BTC. They don't need much utility. I agree. Punks have no utility. Apes will win in the end. So let's talk about the flippening. Do you guys reckon punks... Do you reckon... So if apes flip punks, which I reckon they're destined to do, right? I think through utility and consistent building and big announcements and partnerships, Bored Apes have done something with Adidas. I'm going to say Adidas because in Australia you pronounce it Adidas. Bored Apes have gone on to do something with Adidas. Bored Apes have gone on to do something with multiple projects. They've raised like $80 to $90 million now off the mutant thing. So I think like they're going to do extremely well in building out the projects, right? So they're going to continuously attract volume and interest. In fact, even DJ Khaled has a freaking Bored Ape. DJ Khaled, Steph Curry, what's his name? The dude from Jimmy Fallon, Sidemen, and buying a Bored Ape. Buying a punk. So here's quite interesting that the price of these, the floor price of a Bored Ape is about 52 Ethereum. Yeah. The floor price of a Bored Ape, the average price of a Bored Ape is 56 Ethereum. And the average price of a punk is about, what's the average price of a punk? 75 Ethereum. So we're not that far away. We're really not that far away, especially with this sort of an issue with CryptoPunks. I think the avatar projects to me are super interesting to watch, because at the start, yes, they're fun to collect and flip. Then they become fun and cool. They become cool to represent, right? They become prestigious to represent. Then when suddenly a bunch of people or the whole crypto and NFT world shit on them because for some reason they're not cool to represent anymore, or they do something bad, the devs do something bad. Metaverse, perfect example where, it had its massive spike where everyone was like, oh, this is going to be cool. Then it came out massive FUD, Then it becomes sort of lame to represent a Mecca. And now because of that, because it's lame to represent a Mecca, they've kind of gone down in value massively, right? But I can almost guarantee you, if like 2 to 3 massive influencers joined up and purchased one and switched their profile pictures to a Mecca, then suddenly they're going to be cool to represent. Suddenly people are going to be like, oh wow, okay, well, I want to go get a Mecca too now. And that's what's going to pump the price. But that's why some of this stuff are very open for manipulation, right? You can literally launch a project, call all your famous buddies, tell them to put that NFT as an avatar project, and make it seem like it's cool. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we are at the end of this. I did say that we'll go through some projects, so let me know. Let me know. We'll just go through 2 projects, right? I'm gonna only pick two projects because it's already 9:59 a.m. and I've got a meeting in 1 minute. But screw it. Hey, Maddie, you mentioned cricket NFTs in your previous streams. Have you had a chance to look at Rario cricket NFTs? They have prominent cricketers involved, such as Zahir Khan, Yuvraj Singh, and others. Geez, those names bring back good memories of watching cricket. I haven't. I think there's a few different cricket players, right? I think the ICC is doing something. Rario, right? I haven't really heard of them. Thoughts on Nuclear Nerds? Hasn't released yet, but looks cool. What do you think about Time Magazine collab with Robotos as a kids show? Is that what went down? I actually don't even know. Time Magazine. I think I must have missed that. Robot. Your mic is cutting in and out, says Chazzy. Really? Let me know if it's fine for me too. All right, so it must be you. It must be you, Chazzy. Sorry, I can't find that, Jessica. What do you think about Time Magazine collab with Robotos as a kids show? Are you saying it might happen? I haven't even watched Robotos, so I can't really tell. But Time Magazine are quite active in doing more stuff. So Time Studios to tap NFT space for animated. Oh, right, here we go. Right there. Time Studio to tap NFT space for animated franchise. Oops. Oh, come on. Can I not read it? I'll read it here. New York, November. Time Studios, the Emmy Awards winning television and film production division of Time, is expanding Time's NFT initiatives by partnering with NFT creators to develop animated franchises. Today, Time Studios announced the development of its first property in the space, an original children's series based on creator Pablo Stanley's Robotos NFT collection. Right, there you go. Moving into the NFT space is the latest initiative in Time Studios' largest strategy to expand on traditional storytelling to develop, create, and produce a state of ambition, cutting-edge project across innovative media channels. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, right? So they're integrating NFT projects. I might actually do a thread on this. There's never a pen around here. What's it? I might do a thread on this. That's pretty cool. All right. What are your thoughts on high-rise creatures on Immutable X? Immutable X. Let's open up the marketplace. So Immutable X, as you guys know, is a second layer solution. A ZK rollup solution for Ethereum. They've had Gods Unchained. They're gonna have GOG, Guild of Guardians, which is going to be a mobile game. They had TikTok launch. So now people are launching their own NFT projects on IMX. 100 immutable rocks, which literally looks like a copy paste. Newest first. Price low to high. 0.35, 0.4, 0.45. So it looks like there are some NFT projects here as well. So if Immutable goes on to pull a Solana, where Solana projects just went absolutely bonkers, if Immutable X goes on to be a massive chain, then these early projects might go on to do quite well. Then it becomes a case of which ones are collectibles. Then it becomes a case of, all right, which ones are actually building projects. Astro Bros, Baby Ape, MNMG Club. I'm not sure if any of these have actually gone on to do something crazy. So they got Battle Cats, Battle Factions, Blockchain and Dragons. Like a bunch of people launching different. Well, there's actually a lot of NFT projects here. Holy shit. Okay. Did not know this. Did not know. Superbirds. All right, let me see what Superbirds is. Nothing. Okay. I think these guys, so Moody Crows, I believe, may be the first NFT project on IMX. I think that's what it is, right? Moody Crows. Moody Crows. So yeah, if you guys think that Immutable is going to be a massive chain, then it'll probably have some of those early projects do well, because traditionally that's what's happened. But then again, there's only been a year's worth of history of PFP projects really blowing up. Moody Crows is the first PFP NFT collection on Immutable X. Right. What else we got? All good now. I switched to desktop. Makes sense. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Looks like Sim style city builder. Looks so cool. And the NFTs have job traits which determine their HOTM. So Blind Freddy is talking about what exactly? Blind Freddy. Have you seen Humans Metaverse? No, I haven't. Big things coming from Mecca, says Toka Tiana. Probably. I had the same. I opened the stream. Thoughts on high-res on IMX? Yeah, I have no idea. I've never really seen it. Let's go check it out. So high-res. High-res. How do we find this one? High-res IMX. God, that's going to be a tough one to find, right? Can I search it here? High-res? High-rise. Is that the one? I think this could be the one. I think this could be the one. What do I think about it? I am actually not bullish on anything on IMX until there's a marketplace where people are actually actively trading. And is there? I don't even know. I don't even know if people are actually trading this stuff. Where do I see OpenSea style graphs from IMX? I'm a pretty heavy investor in IMX. I have a private investment, and also my fund was an early investor into the IMX token. But where can we see the where can we see the sort of the sort of marketplace activity, right? Token Trove. Check Token Trove to see previous sales. Perfect. There we go. Token Trove. Token Trove are awesome. I've known them for actually a pretty long time. I don't think they've got like they got rankings. Okay, so they got rankings. NFT collection rankings, daily and weekly collections. 24 hours, 417 ETH over the last 24 hours. That can't be right. Is that right? That's a shit ton of money. Last 90 days. Wow. Holy shit. All right. Wow. That's nuts. All right. Looks like Gods Unchained is picking back up again. It only took 2 years. That's insane. So let's see if it was, what was it? The Genesis. We'll go the legendaries. Let's pick any one of these. So let's just go boom. There was a lot of volume the day before. So 16 were bought on December 9th. So yes, it has been picking up over the last 3 to 4 months. I am an investor into Gods Unchained in the very early days, guys. You could buy packs, and those packs spat out different cards, and those cards you can actually use them in the game, right? So Gods Unchained was one of the very early. Holy shit! All right. Is that because ETH picked up, or is that because people are genuinely buying this card? Wow, it's almost 1 ETH for this. It's 0.5 ETH for one of these almost. These are almost forgotten about at a certain point. Quality is bad. Divine Anarchy thoughts on this. If you haven't hit the like button and like the content, please hit the like button. Thanks, man. Thanks, Threefold Comics. Token Trove is where you see, do projects really go flat for 2 years with sales and pick back up? Yeah, well, that's what happened, Jessica. So like, especially in the case of Gods Unchained, because they were really like they were like just pushing out the project, like they were really big on Gods Unchained. Then what happened is that Ethereum gas fees picked up massively because DeFi came along and suddenly people were transacting a shit ton of capital on like the Ethereum mainnet, and that stuffed these guys up because people were not trading $3 cards anymore because gas fees were like $30. So what happened was these guys specifically had to go on a big, they went quiet for like a good 1 or 2 years because no one could actually trade their cards. But now that's why they went on to build IMX, which is their own layer 2 solution. As you can see with Axie Infinity, where when they went to the Ronin chain, suddenly the activity picked up quite massively. I think these guys as well. Picked up quite massively too, right? Wow, that is super interesting because what it is with these guys is there's different tiers. So you got Legendary, Genesis set. So the Genesis set was their original release. If these guys go on, so this whole game is kind of like Hearthstone. Played Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering, that sort of thing. It's sort of like that. They went on to sell different sort of packs where you could roll different rarities, right? So you could roll the Legendary, then you could roll the Epic rarity, which have these purple gems on the side. And there's only a set number of each of these cards, which some of them are really good and strong in the game. So you can see Jason. This one is pretty strong in the game, so people have gone on to buy a lot of these. But there's only 1,895 of these. There's only 1,846. There's about 2,000-ish Legendary Genesis cards for each scarcity. So I think like it makes sense to me that if this game actually picks up and people actually do play it, I don't see why. Geez, I might actually go in and buy some of this stuff. I don't see why like these won't go up in value quite a lot because as a collector series, they'd be pretty big if the game picks up. If the user base of the game picks up and it becomes massive, like these legendary ones would go on to have a lot of value, in my opinion. Wow. Okay, that's new. I actually didn't think. Gods Unchained had picked up. Let's see what the hell's back. What is this stuff? Genesis promo. Let's see promo because I actually have a lot of these ones. Blessed Chimeras. There's a 519 of them. They are now. So people are still buying Blessed Chimeras. Wow. It's all new to me now. All right. Looks like I'll be doing some research into Gods Unchained again. First Phoenix. These ones had their time back in the day. They were selling for $1,200 in February. Holy shit, they're selling for $6K now? Wow. All right. They went for $8,000 on November 25th. And for $8,000 on November 25th, 2 of them sold. Yeah, some NFT projects just die out. But, Gods Unchained was built by Immutable, which are a pretty big game studio. So a big game studio that can have the money to keep pushing and keep building, they can pick back up. They can pick an NFT project back up from the dead, really. All right, guys, let's end it here. Oh, Jesus, 10 now, 10 a.m. Let's end it here. Giving you the heads up, I'm probably going to do some research into Gods Unchained. I mean, the volume seems like it's picking up again, right? So why not take a look at what went down, if there was any specific sales that caused that volume, etc. All right, guys, take care. We'll catch you guys on Tuesday, Melbourne time next week, and we'll do a stream then. All right. But it's been fun. Take care. Thanks for joining me, everyone that came in and smashed that like button. Thank you so much. We'll connect again. Have fun, guys. Enjoy your day or evening or morning, whatever it may be. But enjoy. Let's catch up next weekend and have a good weekend.